Hello, hello, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In 2024, I was listening to my audiobooks, okay? And I read almost every single book this year through an audiobook, or I did some kind of immersive reading, something that included having an audiobook in hand. So I thought maybe there's other people out there that are looking to get into audiobooks and they don't know where to start. I picked 5 of my favorite audiobooks that I read in 2024 that would be perfect for somebody looking to get into audiobooks. Most of them are romance, but I mean, maybe it'll get you into romance. You never know. Let's get into it. So at number 5, I would put Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. This is narrated by Delaney Nicole Gill, and when I tell you she does a creepy little kid voice so well. The main character in this book is like an 8-year-old little girl, and she is being haunted by this demon in her house, and it is not only scaring her, but it is scaring her entire family as well. And Delaney Gill just does such a good job of portraying an 8-year-old voice, like a little too well. This book had me scared out of my mind. I refused to read this book or listen to this book at night because I was horrified. The demon in this book, it'll give you chills. It'll make your skin crawl, all the bad things. This is definitely for my thriller and horror book readers out there. If you're looking for a good spook, Incidents Around the House is a great place to start for an audiobook. Forged in Blood by Sadie Kincaid is such a fun ride. Now this one is for my romance readers, specifically my Why Choose Dark Romance readers. You have narrators like June DeBaraje, Maxine Mitchell, Sean Masters, Joe Arden, J.F. Harding, and Oscar Reyes. This is quite the full cast, and I love when an audiobook has a full cast. It makes it seem like I'm watching a movie, and I love that. Forged in Blood is about a girl named Ophelia. She's kind of being forced to go to this college. She's trying to fit in. She's an alt girly, so she's got pink hair. She's a little curvy. She wears fishnet leggings. Okay, we love an alt girly, okay? And she is trying to fit in at this college when she comes across the Ruby Dragon Commanders. And they are vampires who really, really like how she smells. It is such a fun ride. There's a lot of lore behind this book. As much as it was just a fun, silly, dark romance book, it actually covered some heavier stuff, and I loved the magic system, and I cannot wait to read books 2, and I believe this is going to end up being a trilogy. So this was such a fun audiobook. I would highly recommend if you are looking for something that's a little spicy, but a lot of fun. Along the same lines of dark romance, I read That Sick Love by Jessie Hall this year. Oh my God, when I tell you this book was everything, and I had the privilege of listening to it. Our narrators in this novel are Joe Arden and Desiree Ketchum, and these two are the perfect match for this book. Desiree Ketchum played Bryony so well in That Sick Love that I was convinced that that was actually Bryony. Like, that is who I imagined Bryony to be. And Joe Arden as Arrow. Joe Arden does creepy a little too well, I fear. That Sick Love by Jessie Hall is about a girl named Bryony, and she is a part of the church, and the church is secretly trying to take her down. And not just like, oh, leave the church, like in a way, like take her down. Get her out of here. Because she is slowly becoming a prodigy at the church, and that is a no-no in the eyes of that church in this book. Arrow, our MMC, is Bryony's stalker, and he's crazy. He's a little broken inside. He is trying to open her eyes to see that the church is in fact trying to take her down, and he's trying to take away her purity so that they can take down the church together. This book is a wild ride. I am already counting down the days where I'm going to do a reread of this book. If you like dark romance, this book is a must read. I love Jessie Hall. I have read 2 books by Jessie Hall, and this one was so good, and the audiobook was its perfect match. This year, I had the absolute best time reading the Harry Potter series for the first time ever. And Jim Dale is the narrator for all of the books in the Harry Potter series. And let me tell you something, This man could read me to sleep. He could read anything to me and it would just feel so comforting, so homey, just so warm and comfy. If you haven't listened to the audiobooks for Harry Potter, please do. Jim Dale does such a great job at giving each character in Harry Potter its own character, personality. Like Snape, if you've seen the Harry Potter movies and you've seen Snape and how Snape talks, when I tell you Jim Dale does the perfect impersonation of Snape, I'm not kidding. If you have read the Harry Potter books before but you haven't listened to the books, please, please, please read them. Most libraries will have these audiobooks for free. I was lucky enough to get these through Hoopla, and it's just such a great experience. Please go ahead and listen to Harry Potter. My number one audiobook for 2024 has got to be Lights Out by Nevessa Allen, that is narrated by Jacob Morgan and Elena Wolf. When I tell you this book is the funniest book I have ever read, I'm not being overdramatic, okay? This book was hilarious. This book follows two characters, Allie and Josh, and Allie is an ER trauma nurse, I believe, and Josh is her stalker. Allie has a lot of desires, I'll call them, and is very vocal about them on one specific person's TikTok page that happens to be a thirst trap page. Come to find out, Josh is the owner of that TikTok page. And Josh sees her comment and is like, say less. And so he stalks her for funsies. If you're looking to get into dark romance, this is such a good place to start. This has very light, dark topics. Obviously, the main trope, the main content warning is stalking. If you are on Book Talk, I am sure you have seen the amount of TikToks that have been showing little clips of this audiobook. It is so stinking cute and fun. And Jacob Morgan and Elena Wolf did such an amazing job doing this audiobook. Not to mention, it's also a duet, which means he reads his lines, she reads her lines. So good. Please read it. Those are my top 5 favorite audiobooks from 2024. I love listening to audiobooks. There are so many moments in my life where I have the time to just kind of sit and listen to an audiobook. When I'm cooking dinner, when I'm walking my dog, when I'm driving to work, when I'm at work. There's just so many moments where I can just turn my book on and fall into my book. There's so many people that have asked me, Emily, how do you read so many books? And I'm like, well, I have a lot of audiobooks. And I listen at 2.3 speed. So, I mean, it gets wrapped up pretty quickly. There were definitely a lot of other really great audiobooks out there that I think are really great as well. Butcher and Blackbird is one. By a Thread by Lucy Score. I just finished up Quicksilver. That's a fun one. That's also a duet. And if you are looking into getting into audiobooks, I would suggest literally any of the ones that I just mentioned in this video. And honestly, look up videos and recommendations on TikTok, because I am definitely not the only audiobook listener out there, and there are just so many amazing audiobooks. With that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, you can find me on all of these other platforms for other content. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.